Please subscribe to this channel for more videos related to Catholic Christian teaching. The ordinary minister of all the grades of holy orders, both the sacramental and the non-sacramental, is the validly consecrated bishop alone. The Council of Trent defined, if anyone says that the bishops do not have the power to confirm and ordain, or that the power they have is common both to them and to priests, let them be anathema. According to sacred scripture, the apostles, or disciples of the apostles, who had been consecrated bishops, appear as ministers of the ordination. The ancient Christian tradition knows only the bishops as ministers of holy orders. The power of ordination is recognized as a privilege of the bishop and is expressly denied to the presbyter. Saint Hippolytus of Rome lays down in his church order that a presbyter does not consecrate any cleric. According to the apostolic constitutions, the conferring of holy orders is reserved to the bishop. The priest indeed imposes the hands, but not to confer orders. Saint Epiphanius rejects the error of Arius of Sebaste that the priest has the same rank as the bishop, on the ground that the bishop alone possesses the power of conferring holy orders. Saint Jerome, although he elevates the status of the priest considerably at the expense of the bishops, still sees in ordination a privilege of the bishop. What does the bishop do that the priest does not also do, except the conferral of ordinations? Every validly consecrated bishop, including heretical, schismatic, simonistic, or excommunicated bishops, can validly confer the sacrament of holy orders, provided that he has the requisite intention and follows the essential external rite. In antiquity and in the early Middle Ages, numerous reordinations occurred, that is, repetitions of holy orders administered by heretical, schismatic, or simonistic bishops. The fathers and the theologians of early scholasticism were uncertain about this question. Peter Lombard does not venture to make any decision in view of the contradictory patristic authorities. St. Thomas affirms the validity of orders conferred by heretical bishops and by bishops separated from the Church. For the licit conferring of the episcopal order, it is required that it be performed by 3 bishops. For valid conferring, however, a single bishop suffices, since the individual bishop possesses full power of ordination. Both the assisting bishops are, according to the Apostolic Constitution of Pius XII, not merely witnesses, but co-accomplishers of the episcopal ordination. And these have become consecrators and accordingly are henceforth called co-consecrators. It is necessary for this that they form the intention of consecrating and with the consecrator put in place every sacramental sign. In the Revised Rite in 1968, the co-consecrating bishops, following the main consecrator, individually place their hands silently on the one to be ordained. Together with the main consecrator, they recite the essential words of the ordination prayer. Since the earliest time, the consecration of a bishop was always performed by several bishops. According to the prescription of the Council of Nicaea, it must be performed by at least 3, according to the Apostolic Constitutions, by 3 or at least 2 bishops. But in case of emergency, a single bishop sufficed, as attested by the Apostolic Constitutions and what purports to be a letter of St. Gregory the Great to St. Augustine of Canterbury. In the new rite, all the bishops present operate as co-consecrators. The extraordinary minister of the 4 minor orders and of the order of subdiaconate is the presbyter. A simple priest can confer the 4 minor orders and the order of the subdiaconate by the common law or by a papal indult, empowering him to do so. Paul VI, in the apostolic letter Ministeria Quaedam, changes the minor orders to ministries with the Latin rite. The reason is to be found in the ecclesiastical institution of these grades of holy orders. The Canon Law of 1917 provides for the conferring of the tonsure and of the minor orders only. In the Middle Ages and also still in post-Tridentine times, however, the privilege of conferring the order of subdiaconate was repeatedly given to abbots. In regard to the Sacrament of Holy Orders grades of diaconate and presbyterate, most theologians, with St. Thomas, hold the opinion that a simple priest cannot validly administer these, even with plenary power from the Pope. But there are grave historical difficulties with regard to this opinion. Pope Boniface IX, in agreement with the teaching of numerous medieval canonists, by the bull Sacrae Religionis of February 1st, 1400, conferred on the abbot of the Augustinian Canons Monastery of St. Osyst at Essex in the Diocese of London and his successors the privilege of administering to those subject to them the minor orders as well as the subdiaconate, diaconate, and priesthood. The privilege was withdrawn on February 6, 1403, at the request of the Bishop of London. But the ordinations conferred on the ground of the privilege were not declared invalid. Pope Martin V, by the bull Gerentus ad Vos of November 16, 1427, conferred the privilege on the abbot of the Cistercian monastery of Alcel in the diocese of Meissen of promoting all his monks and others subject to him for the term of 5 years to the major orders of the diaconate and presbyterate. Pope Innocent VIII, by the bull Exposiet Tuae Devotionis of April 9, 1489, conferred on the 4 proto-abbots of the Cistercian order and their successors the privilege of ordaining their subordinates to the subdiaconate and the diaconate. The Cistercian abbots were still using this privilege in the 17th century without hindrance. Unless one wishes to assume that the popes in question were victims of the erroneous theological opinions of their time, one must take that a simple priest in an extraordinary minister of the orders of the diaconate and presbyterate, just as he is an extraordinary minister of confirmation. This does not touch the papal infallibility, because there was no question of rendering a dogmatic decision on the subject. In this latter view, the requisite power of consecration is contained in the priestly power of consecration as a bound power. However, a particular pontifical delegation, either by virtue of a divine or ecclesial ordinance, is necessary for its valid exercise. The Sacrament of Holy Orders can be validly received by a baptized person of the male sex only. That males only are empowered to receive the Sacrament of Holy Orders rests on positive divine law. Christ called men only to the apostolate, according to the testimony of sacred Scripture and according to the standing practice of the Church. The hierarchical powers were handed on to men only. For the licit reception of holy orders, the condition prescribed by the Church must be exactly followed. A state of grace is necessary for the worthy reception of the sacrament. Please go to YouTube Retirementality channel, playlist, Sacraments for the complete series of these materials.